is good, everyone, and Merry Christmas, guys. Welcome back to Sheer Thoughts, as always. Hope y'all doing amazing. And guys, as you already know, it's your boy Chuck's here. Hope y'all doing amazing, having a happy holiday, enjoying your Christmas day. Just vibing out, bro, eating some good food. You know, hopefully y'all open gifts by now. Got it going. Hopefully you guys got something nice. So, you know, listen, man, Christmas blessings upon all of you guys. And as you already know, I'm already here with the lovely, the stunning, the silly looking today, Miss Sony Panda. Listen, girl, you definitely in the Christmas spirit. I can tell you that right now. It's
Yeah.
wow. Okay.
Yeah. I thought, well, let's switch lives for a second, Chucks, and
I was gonna say because yeah, that
yeah,
you definitely look like as if that'd be something I would wear, and I feel like I look very appropriate compared to you right now. Like this is wild.
yeah,
I'm never like this. Okay, I don't dress like this. I'm not the nice
yeah.
one. What's
That's
going on
normally
here?
me.
What's going on here, bro? It's okay. All right, we're gonna roll with it. So
Yeah.
Sony, you literally look like the epitome of like American Christmas right now. Freaking rocking the ugly sweater. Bro, it says Subway. I can't, bro. It's like you can't get more American than that. That shit makes me laugh so hard right now.
Yeah. The
That's too
funny thing is,
funny.
I've not had a Subway in years. I stopped eating
Wow.
Subway when I found out that their bread is no longer, it can't even be called bread
Yeah, that was
because
wild.
there's that much sugar.
That was
I was like,
wild.
I'm cutting that out. That was my like
Yeah.
healthy fast food. Now
Yeah,
I'm like,
man.
no,
It's
no, no.
scary. It's scary when you learn shit like that. You're like, oh, this
Yeah,
is not what I expected. This is
yeah.
bad. Bro,
Mm-hmm.
that's
So
how you know it's bad. Bread is not even considered bread because it's too much sugar in it. What?
yeah,
That's
like
terrible.
you don't think seriously, like seriously, it shocked me because it was I used to be a regular eater, like because that was like a once a week thing. Because I would be like, I don't really do like a proper fast food
Hmm.
kind of takeaway thing. So I was like, look, if I'm gonna do it, I'll do Subway. But yeah, when I found that out and how many calories, I'm like, not that I'm a big calorie counter, but it was just when you look at it and you think that one, even like a 6-inch
Nah,
sandwich, you're
yeah, yeah.
like,
It's a lot. You're
seriously?
like, there's no way,
Yeah,
bro. Like, it's crazy to think that like
yeah,
I'm thinking I'm eating this
honestly,
to be on a healthier side, but it's like, bro, this is like
yeah,
terrible. Like, it sucks. It sucks to see that.
exactly.
It sucks to see that a lot, to be honest.
Mm. So yeah, so this was my whole thing of, oh my God, let's do Subway.
I I love it. I respect it. Got nothing but respect for it. That's what
Yeah,
I'm talking about. But I was going to say, girl, what you rocking as the nylons because it can't I can't tell how they
yeah,
are. What like
yeah. So I thought I had nailed the layering with it.
okay.
Oh, trucks. Okay. So the underneath layer,
Okay.
I ended up going for my branded ones, the Emerald 50
Oh yeah,
denier
word.
seamless
Okay.
pair. I was going to do the Verdant, which is pretty much like this green color, like a
Yeah.
really bright green. It just didn't show up the way I wanted it
Oh
to
damn, yeah.
underneath. And then I kind of forgot how, like, not thick because they're like a 2030 denier,
Yeah.
like the gold on top, literally. It just like it takes away everything. So I was gonna do like obviously green pair with gold on top, thinking beautiful combo. No, it's more this. It's like a duller gold, and I'm like,
I was just about to say that. I was like, it looks like it's a gold, but just isn't like
serious. So I was like, great. So not only did my Vedant not work, but then it was like, fine, let me go for a darker green so it can hopefully fit. No. So I was like, right, I'm done. I was like, no other green is gonna work with this gold.
Yeah,
So I was
no, yeah.
like, okay, just okay.
You
We're
know
gonna
what?
have to
Listen,
suck it.
you know what, bro? It was meant to be. Okay,
Yeah.
it's a great Christmas look. All right, you know what? At the end of the day, it's
Thank
still
you.
great. It's still hilarious,
Thank
bro. You
you.
gotta love it. You gotta love it.
Thank you. But yeah, what are you rocking? I see them peering through your trousers,
Yeah,
Chucks.
yeah. So I mean, I was like, you know what? Let me, because normally it was a Christmas tradition for like me and my family. We'd like kind of like dress up on Christmas evening because it'd always kind of be like the
Nice.
party time, just to hang out, even though we're at the house. It was just to look nice for the holidays. So I just threw a little sweater on top, and then I'm wearing my dress pants. But then I am rocking, obviously, as you can tell, a pair of nylons underneath, of course, because Still got to rock them. Still gonna look nice with them. But these are a little different. They're not layered
Okay.
or anything, so they are just the regular one. How they are. They are quite shiny, as you can actually tell. Um, but I went with something a little different, just because I also mentioned it
Okay.
last episode. I'm actually wearing a nylon bodysuit underneath this one. So it literally
Nice.
covers my arms, it covers up to my neck right here. But it actually feels nice, bro. It doesn't feel like you were saying in the last episode, like it was like you'd feel hot and it wasn't like comfortable or whatever.
Yeah.
Bro, this one actually feels quite nice. This is actually quite nice. I mean, from the thinness of the denier, you could tell like by my ankles that like
Mm,
that's how it is through all around. So it's like a nice comfortable feel. It doesn't feel constricting. Definitely
yeah.
feels very breathable even with a sweater on top, which is really nice. And it also, I'm not gonna lie, it also feels kind of nice because it kind of feels like it's sucking in a little fat for me. So it makes me feel a little nice. It's a good feeling. It's a good feeling. So I mean, I probably still
Okay.
look fat, but it is what it is. But I feel like I don't look as fat, and I'm like, okay, I like it. I like it. It's a nice feeling. It's a nice
Okay. A
feeling.
little bit of control top going on. Well, to be fair, it'll
In a
probably
sense.
help, especially like eating at
Oh
Christmas,
my god,
like
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
amount we can eat
God
at
yes,
Christmas.
God
But
yes, bro. What I already know, my fat ass is gonna be eating
uh,
way too much. Okay, it's and his grandma's
yeah,
cooking.
same here.
Like I'm not gonna eat. You crazy? You crazy?
Oh, yeah.
You
I
crazy?
hear that. I hear
There's
that.
no way. There's no way. But yeah. This is what I'm rocking today, and I figured for the Patreon that's gonna come out on Friday, I'll then kind of give more like a more in detailed review
Yeah.
then for the Patreon, so then to really share
Mm.
how it feels and stuff like that. So yeah, but yeah, it's interesting.
You get to see it as well.
I mean, we have to, right? We gotta show it, of course.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna have to, bro. Gotta share it. You know what I mean? Like, so you really get
Yeah.
the full review.
Wow. Well, yes. All for the Patreon. All for the
Hey,
Patreon.
that's it. That's it. But so yeah, guys. As I said, man, Merry Christmas to all of you. So Sony and I wanted to do a little Christmas episode in the little spirit of Christmas for you guys. So I just got to figure today what we would talk about because this is our very first Christmas episode. Kind of, I always like to like go back in time and kind of think about like good times or whatever, fun times and whatnot. Um, but I was gonna ask you, Sony, do you have any like vivid Christmas memories that like really stuck with you since you were like a kid? There was maybe that few Christmases or that one Christmas that you were like, yo, this was like unbelievable. Like it just felt like
Mm.
a great time and a great Christmas.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Like Christmas is my jam. Like mine and my sister's jam. Like, oh, on it. Christmas is like my favorite time of year.
Fair
And I
enough.
think it's like the biggest thing is just no matter what kind of like bull hockey that goes on during the year, Christmas is that one day you're like, you know what? Things are just gonna fly. We're just gonna have a good time and we'll pick it back up tomorrow. Um, but no, I think my most greatest memory, um, it was oh my god, yeah. So my greatest memory, right? I'll try and keep this story short.
Okay.
So we used to so normally we would have Christmas all together as a family. So it'd be like early on, it used to be with like my step grand and my granddad, my uncles, and obviously like my mom, dad, sister, everybody. And it kind of changed, like we kind of changed the narrative a little bit, and then it became like my auntie, like so my mom's sister used to come down with her kids, and we used to do Christmas for a couple of years. But the best Christmas, right, was so my mom and my auntie, right, had basically planned um a whole Christmas thing around the house. So we had to so it was a whole thing. To get a present, you had to do a task or something, and all the presents were hidden around the house in all these
Oh,
different
that's
random spots.
dope.
Yeah, and we all had to do it because it was kind of like some were interlinked, so you had to team up. Oh my god, the best
That
one,
is that
right?
is so smart.
Honestly, it was such a vibe. But the best one was, and we've actually got a picture of this to this day, we laugh about it so hard. It was we had to dress up in each other's clothes. So it was me in my older cousin brother's clothes, and it was my younger cousin brother. I had to switch with my sister. It was so funny. And literally their faces was like, what are we doing? Whereas we're just like, clothes hanging off us, clothes are too tight. And it was literally, we had to do it to get our present. And the worst thing was, obviously, the guys are going through puberty, so that it's just BO. So we're wearing their clothes and it's just straight up BO. So we're like, oh my God, can you hurry up take this picture because their clothes stink? Oh my God. It was just, honestly, it was like the best Christmas ever.
That's so
Like,
funny. That is
it was
amazing.
so cool. We've never had a Christmas like that since. But yeah, it was just so fun and so interactive, and it was like a whole day thing. So like while everyone was kind of cooking downstairs and keeping an eye on it, we would just be like entertaining ourselves because obviously our thing was we try and open our presents first thing, and my mom's
Hmm.
like, no, you're gonna need to wait,
Yeah,
you need to
yeah, yeah.
wait. And so her thing was to make them wait. It's like, right, we're gonna play a game and we're gonna do this. So yeah, yeah, that one definitely. It was like my most funniest one, but the most greatest one that
Oh
we've
no,
ever
yeah.
kind of
That
done.
that that sounds amazing. That's crazy because like you would think, bro, like after that, that so should have been like a Christmas tradition because that is like something you could
Yeah,
so plan ahead and do
yeah,
so many interesting things each year. Oh
mm-hmm,
my god, bro. What? That would be
yeah,
unbelievable. That would be such a dope thing to do like every because that's like a thing out here too. Like an American tradition, it's like a big thing is like for Christmas Day. Oh, people will go outside and play like football in the snow. That's like a thing.
oh
That's like an
wow,
American thing. Um, but I mean, obviously in America, there's all different cultures. So like me being Hispanic, me being Colombian,
mm,
we celebrated differently. So and it was always a lot of fun in my house, like growing up for Christmas, because I remember it was like we'd wind up having like Christmas Eve parties. So like people would be coming over the house. There'd be music playing. My grandmother's like cooking food. My great grandmother's cooking food.
nice.
Um, people just dancing in the living room, just vibing out, drinking, having a good time.
That's amazing.
And then like around like 11, people would like start to leave, and then it would literally just be me and my family, and then we'd wind up
Mm,
like staying up and playing like games and like board games, still like eating and like just hanging out. And then at midnight is when everyone would come together and we open the gifts. So then the thing is that like
oh,
Colombians, like Hispanics, typically will celebrate it the 24th because we party up until midnight and then open our gifts. And then we're up for
got
another
you.
like 3 hours playing with our gifts and just hanging out.
Yeah.
And then when we wake up Christmas morning, all of our gifts have already been opened. So we're just still enjoying our gifts. But then it's
Mm,
like the next morning, it's like, and it's funny because it's not even like as if it's early. It's like everyone's up by like 10 a.m. and then we're just having breakfast at like 11 and we're just chilling for the day,
yeah.
bro. So it's always been like so much fun. Um,
Really
Obviously
nice.
over the years, like it's like Christmas changes, people get older, like it's like you can't always do it every year, like people stop coming or whatever. So then it got to a
Mm,
point where for me, it's funny that like for the past like 10 years, like where I've really been working a job and stuff, I think I've honestly worked like 4 to 5 Christmases, and I'll work Christmas Day. And it's funny because
yeah.
then a lot of people don't like to work the holidays, but
Mm,
for me it's like I always tell people we celebrated the 24th. So Christmas Day is really
yeah.
just like
Yeah.
your hangover, have breakfast day, like, chilling, doing
Yeah.
jack shit. At this point, bro, I'm like, listen, man, you want me to work Christmas Day? You gonna pay me time and a half? Fuck it. I'm gonna take it.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
just be chilling at home anyway. And I don't mind working, especially because I love my job too. That I'm like, I'll fucking work. I was like, I'm not bothered.
Mm,
So it's
I get
always,
you. I get you.
it's been like that for the past few years, which I'm not really bothered about. But I love the fact that like the 24th is coming. It's gonna be like a good time. It's gonna be time with the
Yeah.
family, and it's just enjoying each other's company, bro, and just having a great time. That's
Mm,
what I think is
mm,
probably my favorite thing about Christmas, especially because um every year since I forgot what year it was, but every year for like a long time now, I always say that I always spend Christmas and New Year's with my family. Like that's just a tradition that I have, and that's because of the fact that there was one year for Christmas, which really sucked. But there was one year for Christmas that I was away from my family, and I happened to be in England. And while I was away, my cousin wound up passing away, and it was just like, oh, you got to be kidding me. And it was one of those things where it's like, yo, that one time that I spent away from my family, it's like I lose a family member, and
mm.
to lose someone around that time is very fucking difficult. It
Oh yeah.
blows,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
It sucks. It's such a shitty feeling. So I told myself that like for the rest of my life, bro, like I want to at least know that I'm spending Christmas and New Year's with my family.
Mm.
Last year I sadly didn't get to, and then even though like Carmela was born, I didn't get to, but that was mainly because I think my family was like sick or whatever, so obviously we didn't want to, you know,
Yeah.
the risk of the baby, people getting sick, all that stuff, which is understandable.
Mm.
So I'm very excited for this year because then I know like the 24th, like Carmela's gonna be like with my family, and we're gonna spend time together, and
Yeah.
it's gonna be a lot of fun, and I'm very very excited. I'm like really hyped about that, bro. I'm really looking forward to
That's
it.
so nice.
It's gonna be a good time,
Yeah.
and it's always great because like in my house, like we literally just play like old school Spanish music. We're just blasting it throughout the house,
Oh,
just
yeah, yeah,
eating
yeah.
good food, just like it's good times, bro. It's just great freaking times. So I'm really really excited about
Yeah.
that. It's gonna be fun. It'll
No,
be a
I
lot of
hear
fun.
that. I hear that. And I think it's exactly how you said, in it? It's just that whole thing of just spending time with your family. Because even like I think like my biggest like don't remember, it's like I said, I've always like loved and enjoyed Christmas. But I think my biggest wake up call was like in 2020, obviously when COVID had hit, you couldn't really see
Bro,
people.
it
They
was
kind of
wild.
opened it up for Christmas and everything. And I think that kind of put it into perspective of like, yeah, do you know what? Like, while you can, make the most of it. And yeah, and I suppose like obviously a lot of people see Christmas very differently. Some people
Yeah,
choose not to kind of celebrate it for whatever reason. And it's just I suppose you know what it is, it's just whatever you make it.
oh, of
I
course.
think
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
the biggest thing. You can either make it such a huge thing, or it could just be, yeah, it's kind of like another day in a sense, in a way. So hence why some people are happy to work it because they're like, I'd rather celebrate it like Christmas Eve or Boxing Day or something like that, um, instead. But yeah, Chris, it's just I don't know. I think I like Christmas because it's just nice. It's
yeah.
just
Mhm.
everyone's in a nice mood. I mean, majority of people are in a nice mood. Like there's lights everywhere. Like for instance, in London, it's amazing wherever you go because one, even though it gets dark like at 3 o'clock, um, the perks of it is it's like you get to see all the Christmas lights
Hell
on
yeah, yeah.
everywhere. Everyone's just like, oh my God. And it's just that whole like, you know, when you get in a movie where it's like you're wrapped up all cozy, drinking your hot chocolate, walking around, looking at all the sparkles, you're like, oh my God. It's like, it's a mood. I think that's what it is. It's like, that's a nicer thing, I think, about it. Like the kind of pro to the con of winter, in a
No, yeah,
sense.
and I hear you. That's why I always say, bro. Like, what I mean, I will admit one of the biggest things too, though, is that like, especially if it snows around Christmas, like it like I remember
Mm,
there were a few Christmases that I remember waking up Christmas morning and like it literally looked like winter wonderland outside, and I'm like,
yeah,
this is
yeah,
dope. Like, this is literally like the most perfect Christmas you can have. Then, like, you see the
yeah.
lights, everything's good, whatever, but then you get that nice blanket of snow that it's sticking enough that it's like it'll be there, it'll give you a nice layer, but it's not gonna like be too treacherous. It'll probably end by like the end of the day. So it's just you're just shit like that right there is like it's like that's like that perfect Christmas setting. Like when you
Mm,
know it's gonna be like that nice snowy day, it's gonna be chilling. And that actually happened a few times when I was a kid, which was unbelievable. I was like, yo, this was amazing. But then it's just like that is kind of the one thing about Christmas, bro. That's why that was another thing I thought about. I was like, yo, bro, could you imagine if we had lockdown? If our beginning
yeah.
of lockdown was right before Christmas? You
Oh
know
my, you know
how,
what?
bro, there would have been
Everyone would
so
go
much
for it.
depression, bro.
Oh
Oh
my
my
God.
god, bro, it would have been
Yeah.
terrible. Terrible.
Can you imagine? Because I remember when we first had the lockdown, naturally, obviously, there were a lot of people passing. So can you imagine, especially it's happening right near Christmas? It's just, yeah, oh,
Bro,
yeah.
I heard a
Wow.
terrible
No.
I got some terrible news about a customer at my job like just recently, and I felt so terrible for her because it's like she's going
Mm.
through something so personal, and I sit there and I'm just like, yo, bro, it sucks when you got to go through that to deal with that with your family,
Yeah.
but it sucks even more when it's right before the fucking holidays or like right at the
Yeah.
holidays. Like,
Yeah.
I actually knew someone years ago who his aunt died Christmas Day. I was like, well,
Oh
shit.
my
Like,
God.
I was like, that's terrible. Like,
Oh,
fuck. Like, that's horrible, bro. It's so terrible. So you're just like, that's why, bro.
yeah.
Like, I always say, like, you know, like I lost my cousin like it was a few days after Christmas. So it was like, or it
Mm.
might have been like a few days after the New Year because I was like still in England for like a month and a half. And then I think he
Yeah.
like passed away like shortly after the holidays, and then it was like I was back home or whatever. So like that was like the whole thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro, that sucked, man, because it was just like, and it was terrible too because I remember like speaking to my mom the next day because I literally got called, like she called where I was staying at, she called the house
Mm.
at like 4 a.m. So it was like, what the hell's going on? So she
Yeah.
calls me and she's just like, oh, Juan passed away. And I go, and I'm thinking it's our family friend Juan, because like we had a family friend named Juan. And then she's like,
Yeah.
no, your cousin. And I go, please tell me you're lying. I was like, there's no freaking way, because he was young too. Like that was the thing. Juan was probably only like 32. Like he was not even old, bro. Like yeah,
Oh
he
my
was mad
God.
young. So
Yeah.
it was crazy. So it was such a terrible thing to obviously have to go through. And then I remember I spoke to my mom the next day, and my cousin Juan was such a fucking sweetheart, like one of the most gentlest fucking human beings
Mm.
you'll ever meet in your life. Like he really was just like such an angel. And
Yeah.
it really sucked because I remember my mom spoke to me the next day and she made me cry so hard because then she goes, I was like, mom, what happened? Blah, blah, blah. And then she just starts talking to me about Christmas. And she was like, oh, he was so excited for you to come back home because he had just bought an Xbox for you to help him set up. And I was like, don't tell me that, damn it. I was like,
God.
why would you tell me that?
Yeah. No,
That
I
shit
get
hurt,
that.
bro. Like, and that's when it really hit me. I was like, nah, bro. You know what, bro? I was like, if you got a loving family, you have a family that you adore, and you guys celebrate Christmas,
Yeah.
it's like, make sure you enjoy that time. Like, just, you have
Oh
to enjoy
yeah.
that time with them because life goes on, things change. Like, I remember, like, my first
Mm.
Christmas without my great grandmother, it was like, it was wild because then that was like the first time, like, she wasn't there for Christmas. So it was very odd. Like, it's one of those things, bro.
Yeah.
It's like you always got to appreciate the time with your family, especially if you got a loving, supporting family, bro. Like just show them that time, dude. It goes a
Mm.
long way, especially like my grandmother. I love the fact that like I really do appreciate now spending as much time as I do with my grandmother because it's just like, yo, bro, one day that won't be there anymore, but it's like I can always be able to look back and say like I
Yeah.
had such a great time with her. And my grandmother's
Yeah.
always been so supportive of me, bro. She is unbelievable. Like she's such a strong woman. It's so scary. I'm always like, yo, son.
Mm.
I was like, my family got great genes. I'm like, yo, son, they are hardworking people, bro. Let me tell you, my goodness.
Yeah.
Because to think
Yeah.
my great grandmother lived until she was 96, bro. I was 22 when she passed
Wow.
away. Like, there's
Wow.
no way I should have known her for that long. That's wild. Like, I always found it so
Yeah.
crazy, so crazy. And then I think
That's amazing.
so my grandmother is one of four, but I think her
Mm.
eldest daughter, she just passed away last year or something like that. I think she was in her 90s as well. Like it's just like, bro, it's unbelievable, man. It's unbelievable.
Mm.
So it's
Yeah, that
like,
really is. That really is. But you know what? They've lived a great life. I think,
oh my
when you hit
god, yes, bro.
90s, then you're like, do you know what? You've lived a really good
You
life.
lived through a lot of shit, bro. You've seen a
Yeah.
lot of shit, dude. That's
Do you know what I mean? Compared to
unbelievable.
like if you're passing at 60 or 70 or 80, you're like, oh man. But like when you're in your 90s, near enough 100, you're
Yeah,
like,
bro. I
you
mean,
know what? We're going.
like eight, like with medicine and everything, bro. There are like 80-year-olds who be fucking still driving, moving around, like as if they're
Yeah.
just like, bro. You got to give it to them, man. They want to keep moving. They want to
Oh
keep
yeah.
living, bro. Like respect,
Yeah.
fucking respect, man. That's
Mm-hmm.
unbelievable, unbelievable. Oh, it's
No,
incredible,
it
bro.
truly is. It really
That's why I
is.
love my grandmother, bro. She's so fucking strong. She's unbelievable. And every Christmas, man, she's always like she makes Christmas feel like Christmas. That's the thing. You know what it is? Like
Yeah.
being with
Yeah,
my
yeah, yeah.
grandmother, bro, makes Christmas feel like Christmas. That's why it was crazy because for a few years she wasn't here. She was in Colombia, and Christmas just didn't feel the same. It just didn't feel right. And I was like, dude, like this
Mm.
just wasn't right. And when my grandmother finally came back, I was like, bro, this was fucking Christmas. Like, I was like,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
was
yeah.
missing, bro. Like, I need my grandmother, bro. So, she's unbelievable, man. And so I love my family. Like, I don't have like the biggest family, but like I'm very close to my family. So that's what like I always love
Mm.
Christmas because we always do. Oh man, we always do Monopoly. We're terrible with Monopoly.
Oh, God.
We always do our Colombian board game, Parques. I think it's like Parcheesi. That's like what you call it. Um,
Okay.
but that's such a big staple for me and my family. Like we love playing that shit every year, bro. We get so competitive, it's so bad. Like we turn into such assholes. Oh, it's terrible. It's
Oh
so
yeah.
terrible.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
love it though, bro. It's such a simple game and it's so funny, but like you just get so into it because then we have these certain rules that like, oh, if you don't do something, your farthest piece has to go back home. Like it's just we do some dickhead fucking things, bro. Like it's so
Yeah.
funny, bro. So we make this shit really interesting. So I'm really looking forward to like the 24th, bro. It's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a very, very good time.
Yeah, it sounds it.
Yeah,
It does sound
it's
it.
gonna be funny.
Oh man.
Oh, my grandmother gonna be cooking. Oh, it's over. Over. Having some delicious fucking food. I can't wait.
Mm.
I
I think
can't.
that's the nicest thing as well. It's like the food is always like
Oh,
on point.
it's like extra
Do you know what I
special at
mean?
Christmas,
Like,
bro. Like food just be extra special
yeah.
at Christmas, man.
Yeah, honestly, it's like because obviously, like the whole thing in Britain is like you do like Sunday roast, which is very very similar to like having a Christmas dinner, but minus like a few like for instance sage and onion stuff and stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. But like, yeah, it's just Christmas food on Christmas Day is like,
It's
yeah,
different,
it
bro.
it
It's
just hits
different.
different. Yeah, yeah.
It's
It's
very
just a whole.
different.
That's what I mean. It's a mood, and it like you
Oh,
attach feelings to that turkey and to the veg and to the sage and onion stuffing. Yeah, honestly, it's just yeah, yeah.
so I was gonna say, so
It's
I gotta ask you then, do you have a memorable Christmas dinner that like that one year you were like, this shit was the bomb?
It's gotta be. I mean, normally, like, cause okay, so for a lot of years,
Hmm.
my mum used to do all the cooking,
Oh,
and
word, okay.
we would help. Yeah, we would help, but it's not like we would look after anything. And I think probably the best one was last year. Was we obviously spent it at like my mum and dad's, but it's like everybody had their own thing to look after. So like, obviously, mine was the turkey. My sister's was part like honey roasted like parsnips and carrots and stuff. She made this really like I hate Brussels sprouts. I hate
Really?
Brussels sprouts. They should not be alive. They should not be alive. They should not
Welcome back, guys. Sorry about that. We had a little bit of a technical difficulty that we solved, thankfully. But
be.
yeah, that was random. My my headphones just shut off, so give me 1 second. Now you just don't want to connect.
Go
Hold on.
in
Sorry, guys.
today.
This is what happens, when technology wants to have a mind of its own.
Do you know what
Shit
it
is too
is?
funny.
Technology don't like Brussels sprouts. That is what it is, Chucks. They don't like Brussels sprouts. Simple as.
So before we got cut off, if you guys realized, Sony is not a fan of Brussels sprouts.
No.
I don't know what it is, but yeah, she don't like them. So we just
No.
go. I'm gonna let you go off of that, Sony, because evidently you're very passionate about hating Brussels sprouts. So I'm not gonna get involved. I'm just.
They're a waste of space.
Oh dear God. Oh my God.
No, okay, no, that is mean. They have somewhat of a purpose. That purpose doesn't fulfill anything in my life. So it's fine. But anyway, as I was saying, but yeah, anyway, so my sister actually does a really nice dish with Brussels sprouts now
Okay.
that kind of gets me eating them. So I still do it with hesitation. Don't get me wrong. It's not like I'm just going to chomp at them, but it is just, okay, I might put more than a half on my plate. I might now put
Fair
a
enough.
whole one
Okay. Fair enough.
on my plate, kind of thing. So, yeah, so I think our whole thing is just, I think, yeah, that's the most nicest Christmas memory is just we all had our own thing to do in the kitchen. And I think it's just we brought it all to the dinner table, knowing the fact that like we've all cooked this family meal. It's no longer just my mum kind of doing everything. It's actually like, no, like we slaved away,
Nah, yeah, that's
kind of
dope.
doing
I
our
like that.
thing.
I like that.
So yeah, yeah, it was really nice. And then obviously we ended it with like fun and games. It was like loads of different kind of random games, really nice cheese board that we normally don't ever do. So that was a nice thingy. And actually, I didn't mention like we did our first Christmas walk because normally we end up
Oh,
just
nice.
napping. So we'll put like a Christmas movie on. We'll all end up falling asleep on the sofa together. We'll wake up and we'll be like, oh, okay, like let's go again. But no, actually, this time we did a Christmas walk for the first time. So yeah, it
Very
was a really
nice.
good Christmas.
That's
Yeah, it
good.
was a
That's
really
really
nice
good then.
Christmas.
That's really good then. I like that. That's awesome, bro.
Yeah.
That is always sweet, man. Especially, and yeah, bro. When I swear, bro. When you include food, when you include things like
Yeah.
that into holidays, it always gives a nice memory. It always makes it extra special. For me, it's always
Yep.
my grandmother's empanadas. That is a staple. That
Yes.
has to be a must. That's like I'm going to learn that recipe just so I can literally freaking say
Oh yeah.
I'm waking
Yeah.
up at 5 a.m. Christmas morning. I don't care, and I will be making empanadas for the whole freaking family, bro. Like I look
Yep.
so forward to that because that's like something like you have to do every single year, bro. Every single year, man. These empanadas gotta come out for the holidays. I don't care what anyone says.
Mhm.
I gotta have them.
I hear
I
that.
gotta have them, and that's all I
I remember
eat.
you saying how much.
That's all I
Like
eat. I
they're
don't
how
care.
incredible.
It's just they're just too good, bro. They're just perfect crunch on the outside. The filling on the inside, everything just goes so well together, and they're like this big, so you can have like 12
Oh,
and not really feel guilty, but feel
yeah.
guilty, but you just don't care because they're so damn good. It's a great feeling. It's a great
Okay, I'm getting a bit hungry now.
feeling.
Yeah. Because it just sounds so good. And it's like I've seen them. Like, don't get me wrong, like, some
Yeah.
supermarkets sell them. But it's just one of those things, it's like same with like if you buy Indian food,
Yeah.
it's never the same
Oh God, no.
when like compared to home cooking it. It's a whole different vibe. So it's like if I'm ever gonna do empanadas, it literally will be home cooked ones. So yeah, so I mean it's like as much as I want to go buy them, it's like I know they're not gonna be the same
Nah,
thing.
bro.
Like
It's homemade empanadas is something you need to experience first
yeah,
because then you could be like,
yeah.
okay, this is the staple. Now what's the
Top
rest
tip.
of the shit? Like
Yeah.
that's what you got
Now
to know.
what is this foolishness?
And I'm
We're like that with
terrible.
curries, yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. I can
Mm,
imagine, bro.
mm.
I could probably come up to you and be like, "Oh, I got this coconut chicken curry." Whatever. You'd be like, "Cool." Like the fuck,
Yeah.
like you haven't tried my fucking coconut something
Uh-huh.
blah 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 curry, and I'll be like, "Oh shit."
Uh-huh.
Like I'm sorry. I hit a nerve. I'm sorry. It's my fault. Like I'm gonna tell the Indian what good curry is.
Yeah, yeah.
It
Don't
makes
ever
no
do
sense, bro. That's why when people come up to me and there's a restaurant out here
Yeah.
called Noches de Colombia, and they go, "You must eat that all the time." No, well, why not?
Yeah.
Because I eat the shit at home for better,
Yeah.
for free.
Yeah.
Like my
It's
grandmother
so
could
much
make
nicer.
everything on that fucking menu 10 times better.
Mm,
Like
yeah.
fuck out of here. Why?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go to some restaurant to go eat food that I eat at home that I eat it for better. Are you crazy?
Yep.
You bugging? Why?
Yep.
Why would I do that?
Exactly.
Why would I do that?
Exactly.
Why? It don't make no
Yeah.
sense.
Precisely.
So, all right, before we wrap it up, then, real quick, I gotta ask you then
Mm.
the ultimate Christmas dessert.
Oh, I have so many. Um, I think mine has got to be my I normally tend to make a cake and it's like a strawberries and cream cake.
Oh, okay.
But it's like a really it's like have you ever had a Victoria sponge?
I think I have. I feel like I may have.
It's really like mine's are similar but not the same. So like a Vicky sponge is basically like really nice sponge.
Mhm.
The best one is a light sponge, not a dense heavy one, and it's filled with like strawberry jam and cream.
Cool.
Mine's is very similar, so it's a very light, airy sponge filled with a shit ton of cream and a shit ton of fresh strawberries.
Oh, nice.
Like the more the better. I'm like lather it
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
You need to have like my cake cream ratio is like double cream to cake. So
Yeah, cause I don't
yeah,
like dry pieces of cake, bro. If I'm eating cake, I want to
yeah,
have whatever moisture is with it. Like I need to, bro. It's
exactly.
so good
It's
together.
it's like carrot cake. People give you the most littlest bit of cream cheese, and I'm
Oh
like,
God, no, son. What? You
with
gotta
that amount of cake,
what,
I'm like,
bro?
what is this?
That's not a good ratio. No, no,
Yeah,
no. I need
and
more
then it gets
cream
all
cheese.
dry.
Yeah.
And if you don't drink tea, then you're like, well, what am I supposed to else? How am I supposed to have it with this cake if I can't have tea? It's like I can't ask for milk. So yeah, so I'm one of those like you gotta have like double like cream ratio to cake.
Fair enough. Fair
So
enough.
yeah, that's normally mine. But like this year, I'm making strawberry tarts. So yeah, this year I was just gonna say, ugh, Not that my mom's gonna be watching this, but basically, because her birthday's 2 days before Christmas,
Oh wow,
so
okay.
we've ordered her a really nice Vicky sponge, but like a really good creamy one.
Oh, okay.
So we've ordered that. So instead of me doing a cake this year, I've decided to do strawberry tarts this year, like a
Ooh,
really nice
okay.
strawberry custardy tart thing. So yeah, so that'll be something new. But yeah,
Okay,
I always try and
okay.
mix it up a little bit. But the past few years, I've kept it to like my standard strawberry
Mhm.
cake. So yeah. What
Fair
about
enough.
you? What's your favorite dessert?
Oh man, if I had to, and I'm thinking in a real Christmas spirit, I don't know what it is, bro, but a nice warm piece of apple pie. I don't know what it is. I think
Oh,
because,
okay.
but then you gotta a la mode it, so you gotta put on some vanilla ice cream on top. You know, make it
Oh
like
yeah, yeah,
goes
yeah.
perfect together. The ice cream
Yep.
melts in, goes with the apple pie, the crust, everything. But I
Mm,
mean,
mm.
that's me personally. But the thing is too also is that like me being Colombian, it's gonna sound weird, but like a great dessert for us is they have something called bocadillo, and it's like this like
Okay.
sticky it's like a bar like this. It has like this sticky thing to it, but it tastes like guava fruit. So like that's the thing. So it tastes like guava
Oh
fruit, but
wow.
it's almost like
Okay.
it almost seems like as if it's like jellified guava fruit that's been like candified in a way like it's sweet, so it tastes like whatever,
Yeah, yeah.
but you have it with this specific type of cheese because then it has like that perfect balance of like the
Oh,
sweet with
yeah.
like the salty, but the cheese is not super
Mm.
salty, so it's very specific, and
Yep.
it's cheese that'll crumble. So when you're chewing the like the crumbly
Oh,
cheese
wow.
with the soft like guava thing, it's just a
Mm.
combination that's like it's just so good. So it's so simple, but that reminds me a lot of a Christmas dessert because we would always have that for Christmas. So like we'd
Yeah.
always just be eating on that, and it's so simple because like I said, the bocadillo comes in like little bars, like little strips. So you just cut those into pieces. You literally just cut the
Yeah.
cheese into slices, cut those into little pieces.
Yep.
You literally just grab a toothpick, poke both of them through, just munch on that.
Cool.
Done. It's just and it's so simple and it's
Mm.
so good, bro. It's so good, dude.
That sounds it. Oh, I'd be down to try this. Do you know
That's
what
very
you know
good.
what it reminds me of? Have you ever seen Ratatouille? You know
Oh yeah, yeah.
when he like Remy's getting that guy like the little one, well not even little, he's a chubster, to experiment with like the grape and the cheese and
Yup.
all these nutty notes and
Yup.
you know what? It literally reminded me of that. I was like picturing it in my head to be like, I can imagine this with some cheese and like, mm, yeah,
It's a
this sounds
very
like a
good
vibe.
it's a very good combination. And it's so simple
I'll be
because it's
down
only
to
two
try that.
ingredients. It's only two fucking ingredients. So simple.
Yeah,
But just the combination of it just makes it so good, bro. I don't know what
yeah,
it is, man, but it's just ever since I was a kid, that's like one of my favorite things. And I say it's a dessert because
yeah.
of the fact that, you know, it's after a meal. It's something
Mm,
sweet,
mm,
even though it's with something cheesy. But it's just, I'm telling you, it's just that combination of
yeah.
flavor, just the most two littlest, simplest things. It's so addicting. Like you just have like fucking 15 pieces of them shits. Like you're just like, bro, I'm just going. I'm just fucking going. It's so
Yeah,
crazy. And the cheese doesn't feel heavy, which is really nice. That's the other thing
yeah,
too. So it's like, it's
yeah.
just such a great combination, bro. I love
That's
it.
a great balance.
Oh hell
Yeah.
yeah. It's so freaking good, man. It's so good. But guys, yeah, we're gonna end it there. All right. We wanted to have a nice little short little Christmas episode for you guys. So we
Mm,
hope you guys enjoyed it, man. Sorry about the technical difficulties before, a little annoying. That was too funny, but I mean,
stupid
as
sprout.
we, I, according to Sony, it was the Brussels sprouts. She brought it up. Maybe it was that. I think Brussels sprouts around the world just felt the anger and we're just like, oh yeah, word. Okay, so
Channeling. That's what they were doing.
wow, that was bad. That was bad. That was bad. That was bad. That's how you know. Cause that's how much anger Sony knew it was that she was like, yo, they're coming after me. So the Brussels sprouts are uniting. That's it.
Oh, never
All
mind.
right,
Hey.
guys. So, guys, we appreciate y'all listening. So, this is obviously coming out Christmas Day. So, again, I hope y'all had an amazing, wonderful Christmas Day. Merry
Mhm.
Christmas to all of you guys. Happy holidays to all of you. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all, man. Um, the last video we are putting out for the year is going to be our Patreon. So that'll be the video that's going to coming out this Friday because this comes out on Monday for Christmas. Sony and I are going to be talking about our New Year's resolutions, some things that we're looking forward to for the pod and stuff like that. And yeah, just kind of finishing off the year with a great Patreon with all of you. And yeah, guys, we gonna see y'all next time. We gonna see you guys in the new year. We're not going to post up next week. We're going to take that week off, and then we'll be back with season 2 of Sheer Thoughts, man. So with all of y'all, bro. So we're very, very excited. So again, guys, Merry Christmas to all of you. Y'all have a great day. Enjoy y'all day.
Yeah,
Much
Merry
love to
Christmas,
all of you.
everyone.
We love you guys. Thank you guys for an amazing year so far. Thank y'all for everything. You guys are absolutely amazing, and we can't wait to see you on the new year. So y'all have a good one, guys. Much love.